Good morning. It is 9 a.m. and I'm going to take you guys on a morning with me as a meal prep chef at one of my clients' house. I'm going to show you how I get ready for my clients, how I set up when I'm there, and what the day looks like for me. So during the week, what I do before I arrive at my client's house, about 4 days before that, I will send my clients a menu of what I'm thinking for the week to cook for them. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, instead of using cauliflower, can we use carrots? But for the most part, I'm creating their menu and I'm sending it to them so they can either go grocery shopping, or if they have an Amazon account, or if they have a meal delivery service or a grocery delivery service, I will load up their cart and send it to their house on the day that we agreed upon. And then by the time I get there, all I'm doing is just unpacking all of my ingredients and getting right into work. So here are the things that I bring with me when I'm going to a client's house. Tripod. A lot of my content comes from me personal chefing or teaching demo classes. It helps me to show people obviously what I can do with food, how pretty it looks, all that jazz. I also bring my own knife. It's sharpened, it's ready to go. It's in my hand towel that I will throw over my shoulder once I'm in the house. Meat thermometer. I'm not too good to use one of these. I want the meat to be juicy, not overcooked and not undercooked. So I still use this. Scrunchie to pull my hair back. Obviously an Apple Watch is really cool because I can just time everything on my watch and I don't have to rely on the oven. So this is really helpful because I can time multiple things at once. So I'm not overcooking anything. My apron, and then we have a charger because I'm mostly using my phone. I'm filming content, I'm taking pictures, and sometimes I have back-to-back clients in that day and my phone is usually dead, by the time I get out. And so I want to plug in my phone if I need to. So the client's house that I got rain on me. The client's house that I'm going to this morning is a family of 4. Obviously the parents and 2 younger kids, and they are a active family. They do Muay Thai, the kids do football, Ninja Warrior stuff, they do CrossFit. They're just very active people, and they care a lot about nutrition and feeling good. And so what I usually cook for them, I've been cooking for them for 3.5 years. And they love their sleep, they love to be active, they love feeling well. So they are mostly a paleo, keto type family. Sometimes they'll add, more grains in there, but for the most part, they eat a lot of animal proteins, quality animal proteins, because there's a difference. Quality animal proteins, getting their meats from farms, a lot of vegetables, a lot of healthy fats. And so they love to feel good. And so I will show you what we'll be making today. So whatever takes the longest, I want to get that going first. And that is going to be my marinara sauce. I need to crush my whole tomatoes. I want to put them on the stove with the garlic and onion, and I want that to simmer for about 30 minutes. Then the next thing I'm going to do is make my meatballs and put those in the oven, because by the time that happens, the meatballs are done, the sauce is about done. And so that's the first thing I want to do. And so when I get my sauce going, and then my meatballs, and I'm going to come back and start chopping, because we're making Italian meatballs and sauce, and we're also doing a chicken, cauliflower, and sweet potato curry. And so I'll start chopping for that and get that on the stove. So you always want 3 stations going at once. Something in the oven, something on the stove, and something right here for me to be chopping. So I want to be moving back and forth between those 3 to cut time in half. So let's start. So I have my sauce going on the stove over here. It's been going for about 15-20 minutes, and I'm letting that cook, and then I'm over here with my meatballs. I'm gonna get those on the pan, get those in the oven, and then I can stir my sauce. I wanna add salt to taste. I wanna put some basil in there. And so I'm starting to get everything going. Something on the stove, something on the oven, then chop, and then put right back on the stove. My client made me a latte. My pieces of chicken in my pan, saute it, and then take it back out so I can saute my spices and my ginger. This curry is delicious. So I have my last dish on the stove, which is a chicken and cauliflower curry. Then I would put coconut in it. That is the last thing that's gonna be done. And in between that, while that was on the stove, I made pickled radishes. And there you have it, folks. So one of the last things I do in my client's house is I sweep the floor, I clean the counters, I do dishes. If the garbage is full, well, I mostly always wrap up the garbage and take it out. If there's food or meat in there, and then I'll write them a note or text them, whatever their preference is, how it went in the kitchen. If the food needs to stay out a little bit longer, if it's hot, some I'll put away, but we want to keep the food out. If it's hot, we don't want bacteria growing because of the rapid temperature change. So I'll write a note or text, and after I'm done cleaning, I will go home, and then it starts again next week. Later this week, we will talk about menu again. I'll send them the menu, and then I start over again Monday and Tuesday. Thank you guys for following along today on the job. Today was pretty easy. We only had 2 meals that were cooked in bulk, and we were pickling daikon radishes, and that was pretty much it. It changed week to week. Sometimes she's Chinese, so sometimes she likes to make her own dishes later in the week. So this one was really simple. It takes me about, we got there, I started cooking at 11 a.m. and I'm ending right now, which is around 2 o'clock I ended. So 11 to about 3 hours. Sometimes it can take 2 with them because I've been with them for a long time. I know their kitchen well. I know most of the recipes that they like me to make. So it usually goes pretty fast. So thank you for coming along, and like and subscribe, and any comments or questions that you have about being a meal prep chef, how you can get started, or what meal prep looks like, please don't hesitate to ask. Shoot me a comment, and I would love to answer your questions.